Welcome to Righting Wrongs here at Hudgell Solicitors, the easy guides to legal issues many people may have to deal with in their lives. I'm Keith Phillips, and joining me is our solicitor, Tracy Stansfield, who specialises in accidents abroad claims. Welcome, Tracy.
Good afternoon, Keith.
Now, we're here to discuss travel insurance and, more to the point, what you should and shouldn't be claiming compensation for on your travel insurance.
Yes, travel insurance is very important. You should always make sure that you take it out when you're going on your holidays, because you can claim on your insurance if your departure is delayed, if it's cancelled, if you lose your luggage, if you lose your passport, money, or even if you have a medical emergency or accident abroad and you need medical treatment. In those circumstances, you can make a claim on your travel insurance.
Well, in what circumstances would you not claim compensation on your own personal travel insurance?
If you have an accident, then unless it's very serious, it's unlikely that your travel insurance would offer any compensation for you. They may well deal with the medical expenses that you incur, but not offer compensation. In those circumstances, you need to seek legal advice and to pursue a claim either against the airline, if the accident occurred on an aircraft, against your tour operator, if the accident occurred in a hotel, or against your cruise operator, if it occurred on a cruise ship.
Well, let's start with planes. If you have an accident on a plane or at the airport or even on a transfer coach, you wouldn't claim on your insurance, you would claim against the airline.
That's right. Under the Montreal Convention, if you have an accident while you're in the process of getting on or off the aircraft, or you're on the aircraft, then the claim will be brought against the airline who you're travelling with. So that could be an accident from a scald, from a hot drink that's spilt onto you. Something may fall on your head from the overhead locker, or you may suffer an injury when you come into collision with the trolley when it's being pushed up and down the aisle. Wide variety of accidents.
So if you've been injured on a plane, hot scald, something falling from the locker, a trolley bashing into you, would you take legal advice before claiming compensation against the airline?
You should always seek legal advice. It may well be that the airline offers to settle directly with you, but with all due respect, you may not know how much your claim is worth. Therefore, you should seek legal advice so you can properly understand all of the facts and what you are entitled to.
Well, that's accidents on planes. People who are going on holiday often are injured at their accommodation, their hotel, their apartment. What sort of accidents do you see?
A wide variety. Like in everyday life, people have accidents in the most bizarre circumstances or in the most straightforward circumstances. We have accidents around the pool where people slip. We have accidents on steps where people trip or fall if there's a missing tile, for example. We have accidents in restaurants where people slip on food. We have accidents in bathrooms where people slip on floors that they don't know are wet. So a wide variety of accidents.
Now, these sort of accidents will require medical treatment and they can absolutely ruin a family holiday. But they're not considered serious injuries. So who would you turn to if you were wanting to seek compensation?
That's right. A lot of our clients suffer injuries whilst abroad, but they're not very, very serious, thankfully. They're obviously traumatic and they will spoil the holidays. In those circumstances, say, for example, a broken leg, a broken arm, things like that, then if the accident isn't your fault, you can bring a claim against the tour operator. So the tour operator you booked your holidays with, you can bring a claim in England under English law against them.
And why might the tour operator be at fault?
Under the relevant regulations, that's the package travel and link travel regulations, the tour operator is responsible for any acts or omissions on the part of their hotelier. So therefore, the claim is pursued against the tour operator rather than the hotelier direct. That's providing you book a package holiday.
Can you give examples of when you successfully represented clients when they've had accidents at their holiday accommodation?
I've acted for lots of people and we've been successful. I've had claims in bathrooms, as I've said, where maids have cleaned the bathroom floor and not warned clients, or the tiles in the bathroom don't meet the relevant local standards. I've had accidents by swimming pools where the tiles don't meet the relevant standards. I've had clients who have slipped in the restaurant where food has not been seen and picked up and dealt with quickly enough. Wide variety.
And if someone is on a cruise ship holiday, does exactly the same apply?
Exactly the same. You can bring a claim under the Athens Convention, and under the Athens Convention, if you suffer an injury, So you find yourself, you're trapped by a defective sun lounger and suffer an injury, or you trip over an unmarked step, anything like that, then you can bring a claim against the cruise operator.
Tracy, if someone has been injured on their holiday, what can they claim for?
There's two parts which represent the award that you may receive. There's general damages, which is compensation for pain, suffering and loss of amenity, and we would obtain a medical report to enable us to value that. And then the special damages, and special damages are your out-of-pocket expenses, and that covers your loss of earnings, any medical fees, taxi fares, prescription charges, any out-of-pocket expenses which you incur and which are reasonable as a result of the accident.
In such claims, being represented by a solicitor, does that ensure that you're compensated fairly?
Yes. A solicitor is on your side. A solicitor will maximise your claim for you. A solicitor will be able to advise you what you can claim for and what you cannot claim for. They will make sure that you receive adequate compensation.
Also, if someone is listening and they've been injured while on holiday, how long do they have to make a claim?
It just depends. If it's under the package travel regulations, then you have 3 years to bring a claim, unless you're a child, and then you have 3 years from your 18th birthday. If it's a claim under the Athens Convention or under the Montreal Convention, then it's 2 years. So you must ensure that you obtain legal advice as soon as possible.
If people have been injured on their holidays and they believe it's not their fault, would you urge them to seek legal advice?
Yes, contact Hudgell Solicitors today and we'll be able to assist.
Tracy Stansfield, Accidents Abroad Solicitor, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Righting Wrongs. And if you need further information regarding any personal or serious injury claim, head to our website, hudgellsolicitors.co.uk.